We're gonna have a bong hit on for a YouTube video. Here you are, all you YouTubers out there. Look at this. This here's the time. You see that? That's the time and date stamp, and that's very important. The time and date stamp, because that's what we put. That's how we cancel our stamps out at the Universal Postal Union level. Registered mail, when we send affidavits to these people hiding behind the corporate veil, telling everybody they got to put a mask on. You sign and you put your signature through the stamp. You cancel the stamp as a private postmaster general, and then you put above the stamp, you put the date, and I always spell the whole fucking month out. And then I put the time. And that's more authentic rather than the public postal service, because they just put a date on it. When we're in the private, we get down to the most accurate pinpoint accuracy when we shake the spear. Romeo and Juliet and Shakespeare and all that. So, and then if you really want to get down with the clown, you put military time on there. And then when you realize that you have the capacity to hold different offices, you can put your office title underneath your signature if you want. In fact, you can cancel out that stamp any way you want, folks. Any mark is legitimate in the universe. Any mark. Anyway, we're gonna have a bong hit right here. See this bong right here? There's ice cubes in it. See the water? See, I'll jingle it around for you. There's just tiny little bud in here. Hardly anything. And this thing's been in here for like 3 or 4 days. But it got oil in it. I rubbed the flowery weed bud in some oil, and it just kind of sticks to the side there. And so we're just gonna have a nice little relaxing after work evening relaxation. Not too much, just tiny little hit. Right here on public YouTube. And and this isn't anything new for me. In case this is your first time watching. That's all she wrote. That was a little bit bigger than a tiny hit. But that's the way it goes sometimes. I'm learning to just have a puff and then exhale a little bit to cause some smoke to come out of the bowl so that I know that it's lit. I started smoking weed in 2014, so what's this? 2021, so what is that? 7 years? It was 7 years before I ever even got a bong, folks. I was smoking out of a tiny ass little pipe for 6 years. No, 6 years and 9 months. So I've had 6 years and 11 months, because I've had this bong for 6 weeks. Ever since I cut these fingers off. Or I should say, ever since, a more lawful term would be, ever since these fingers were unlawfully collected. That's the unlawful collection. This isn't an injury, and this isn't the fingers were cut off. This is an unlawful collection, because it all ties right into the affidavit warrant, folks. For all these collections that they're doing on us against the bankruptcy, it's all unlawful, against public policy, even at the international law level. And when you get into the Universal Postal Union level, oh, you can only imagine. You can only imagine. You can only imagine, man. All these bills, taxes, well, everything is considered just a tax. It's got different names. It can also be called a bill. It can be called a charge. That includes being charged at the court with a story on paper. It could include some Green Beret charging you with his gun, which is tantamount to the sheriff knocking on the door on unlawful foreclosure, carrying a weapon with backup deputies. And the popular story going around to all the citizens that expect that sheriff to be obeyed because they don't know any better. And that's the only reason he gets away with what he's doing. Because I learned that these sheriffs are elected by the people. The sheriff is an elected position, just like a politician. And people only elect according to the knowledge that they know. See what I'm saying? And that's why I told Lane County here in Oregon, where I'm at, 150 S Street, Springfield, Oregon, right here, right on the gravel road, behind the apartments, and there's the local market that way. It ain't no secret anyway, because some of you all know how to go read the U.S. District Court files. And if you're real on top of the game, you can contact the Employment Department Administrative Hearing Judges. Most preferably R. Shoemake, that would be an LAJ. An LA, or is an LJ, what is it? What they call his name? I'll get it, it'll come. I learned this last night, so just let go of stuff, it doesn't come right away. Anyway, administrative law judge, there it is. And ALJ, there it is. R. Shoemake is the brother's primary name, and then his friend, or his fellow judge, Richard A. Seidman. And the reason why I chose to go through the Oregon State Employment Office is because that is one of the places that has access to the state treasury account where they dip into to hand out unemployment benefits. And then when the federal government kicks it into gear, oh God, that's federal government treasury level, which is the bankruptcy main port gate stop for set off. Honor. That bankruptcy is supposed to be honored because we're the creditors, and creditors receive honor. You're honored. You're dishonored. And not only shall you contact the administrative law judges in Oregon State, the names that I just told you, you also can contact the Oregon Employment Department board members. And I have their names too. And I'm just waiting for the day and the energy that I'm going to upload the whole fucking 170-page lien security warrant, peace warrant, I call it, affidavit, coming from the private side in law, which was acquiesced to, folks, through everyone connected, no matter how high or how low, basically from the top CEO, you know, like President Trump is a CEO of the U.S. corporation, which supposedly Trump is not functioning in that realm no more because the warrants, folks, the military, private military warrants. Yes, these warrants in law, in fact, everything that's law, folks, comes straight from the military, folks. Military. Or should it be like that? You want to see what it looks like? That's what it looks like for some of these people behind the corporate veil. Behind the corporate veil, doing business as an at, DBAA. I added an extra A onto it just to let the brothers know that I'm custom. This is a custom affidavit. This is not a template. Custom. Custom out. Woo! Free speech is the Constitution now, the original Constitution that President Donald Trump functions from for all those that look up to President Donald Trump and need his help. That brother is here to help you. And if you don't know anything in law yet, I hope you get on his train. Unless for some reason some of you figured out that you don't even need affidavits, which is possible because I've heard the stories. I heard stories of experienced folks walking into these courts down here, walking into the courts and running the courts. In other words, he's telling the judge and the bailiffs and everything and the clerk what to do. And now you start to see the imposter side when you see the Western Hollywood movies where there's an owner to the town. And he's the one that's dressed up in the fancy hat and the fancy clothes with a cigar and a woman on his arm, all calm and confident like. Because he ain't got to lift a finger to fight nothing. Because everyone else is programmed to fight for him. Programmed to fight for him. See, and I put the 170... I started giving clues. And I put some affidavits up too. Yes, I did. I started giving clues, and I was showing people the computer screen that I got. I was showing them the records that I hold on the hard drive, and I was clicking on them. You know, like you click for your records, your documents. Y'all know how to click for documents, don't you? Well, fuck. I scanned all the affidavits and put them on affidavit, and I put them on hard drives. And I buried hard drives all over the fucking planet. In the ground. And I got it fucking posted all over the fucking internet. And some of them are closed accounts too. Like this US dot commercial plate that I got on this front windshield to this horse out here that I used to ride in the morning and get down to the local slave jog temple night order market. That would be considered private cargo under 10,000 pounds, thank you. That's a private cargo. We are not engaged in commerce. legal commerce. We're engaged in lawful commerce, though, as I like to tell some of the legal enforcement patrolmen. You know, some of them when they just have to flag me down because they got something to say to me. They got a story to tell me. They can't wait to tell me their story. So it's like a kid. They pull over their mom and dad. Mom, Dad, I got a story for you. I got a story for you. I got a story for you. So you got to sit there like the parent and just let the kid conduct his business. But, you know, if you're feeling like it, you can kind of let them know that, yes, son, I did sire you. I shot the seed into the mom that gave birth to you. Or you want to play the part of the mama? Yes, son, I am the mama that breasteth thou to the fetus breast now, because Dad took you away from me. Convinced me that you had to be on a cow's bottle. Here you are, a 30-year-old man, officer and a patrolman, and you still ain't learned. You still need to get your mama's dribblings. You haven't got your mama's dribblings yet. So, you know, that's why I always tell everybody, folks, this all comes down to the surety bonds. That's what we got on the subjects yesterday. When I say that, I need to get a more clear picture for surety bond. And I can figure it out because I figured it out a while ago. I just have to wait for it to recycle again. Because there's a lot of material and notes and shit, folks, that I wrote and typed. All kinds of notes. And usually I went through a wonderful phase where, you know, every day, any thought, commercial thought that I had in the law realm, I'd fucking record it on a video or write it down quickly. Tape it to the wall, use the black felt Sharpie and all kinds of shit. I had shit all over the fucking wall. Fucking revelatory thoughts just now. Realizing that they'd probably slip and I'd have to wait for them to recycle again. Anyway, we're at 17 minutes into the Weenie Wakalo. The Weenie Wakalo. So, you know, if you're Louisa watching this video and you say you got contact with Winston Shrout, then you give this to Winston Shrout. I'm sure he can access the computer in the federal prison. In fact, hi Winston, you remember me? I was the nice little Louisa smiling boy that put on his best Hollywood act. And now you're seeing the real man right here. And I'm still honoring your wish to this day, even though I accidentally uploaded it. But I immediately jerked it down. Immediately, because I just hit the wrong button, and that happens when we make mistakes, you know. So I'm still honoring your request there, brother, who might be watching this loveliness today. Right here in the neighborhood, brother. You see that? The next step further. You know, Winston, this would be cool if Winston actually sees this video. Because, folks, I got a connection to contact Winston in fucking California, where he's at. Victorville, California, in the federal prison down there. Supposedly, according to all the records that are accessible on the website. So all you gotta do is figure out how to access federal court records, folks. You can go in there, type in Winston Shrout, and you can read everything that's happened in the court case. Yeah, I heard all kind of different stories, you know, with the court case, what happened to it. But anyway, what I'm telling you is I got access to the brother. I got access to the brother. If Louisa from the Goldfish Report said, you know, is able still, according to what she said, because remember, everything's a story. I don't know. Just because she said it doesn't mean anything to me. Doesn't mean anything. In fact, it isn't just Louisa. I don't believe nothing nobody says anymore. Nothing. It's all just a story. Even if it's even if someone fucking kills someone right in front of me, most people would say that's the guilty one and that's the innocent one, because that's what they've been programmed to respond. But when you know that everything's run from the Matrix computer, which is the same computer that everyone knows was shown everyone through Hollywood, called the Matrix. Don't feel bad, because fucking I had no idea what a fucking Matrix movie was saying. I think I saw parts of it. Well, I know I saw parts of it. I'm just wondering, did I see the whole thing? But, you know, yeah, I didn't know what the fuck was going on in society anyway, so it didn't speak to me. Because remember, folks, I grew up isolated. No friends. Nothing. I don't talk to nobody. I don't know how the world functions. That's Brother Russell. That's the way he was all his life. Till, you know, last 10 years, brother figured out how to get out of that fucking robot control shit. The shy little guy hiding in the fucking house. You weren't going to see me make noise, hear me make noise. You weren't even going to see me dance, even particularly funny. You sure as fuck wouldn't see me at a fucking country fucking fair and fucking Speedo. Shit. I ain't the same fucking robot. Although, you know I'm still hooked up to the control program. It's just that I'm out in a little bit more than a whole lot of you. And the only thing I got to say to that is thank God I was fucking isolated, because that's what develops ESP, is isolation. No, just for me anyway. For me. So I know some of you might run with this and you go write your books and make a couple $100 million with your books and all kinds of shit with the information, you know. But, you know, I'm just telling you the way it is. You sure as fuck wasn't going to catch me out in the backyard on military watch, wondering if there's anyone around. Because I can hear you like a cat. The ear is always on. It's natural, secondhand nature for me to be in tune with the outside world, while at the same time exploring what's inside. Woo! Whoa! Look what the fuck's inside here. So, you know, and that's part of being loud. That's part to how we get to express ourselves, because we listen around to see if anyone can hear us, and if we consider anyone that hears us a real threat that could, you know, bring some unwanted things. You know. That's why we, you know, there is something true to the proverb that says, you know, know when to speak and know when to shut up. And it's just, and as sophisticated as it might be, or simple as it might be, and as sophisticated it is to really figure out what does it mean by saying that. It all comes down to whatever it is I just said. It just slipped. But being in tune as the cat on the ground, which is, I'm just listening for, is there anybody around here? And if I sense that nobody's around here, and there's no threats, or there might be some people around, I'm used to them. You know, we've grown together. You know me, I know you. The close ones, and then the ones I'm a little closer to and closer to, you hear me. You hear the radio program going on, the radio station, the expression, the experiment, the revolution, you know, whatever it is. But basically, you know, if I don't hear anyone around, it just gets down to the simple as this. If I don't hear anybody around, then hey, I get to be free. But the second I hear something, anything, it could be someone down the street, sounds like a bicycle coming down the bike path, a squeaky chain or whatever the fuck, or someone talking way down, and then they get closer, or if someone just automatically raises their voice in one of these yards around here, then I immediately think to myself, stop, boom, instantly stop. It's some heavy shit right here, folks. This is deep information. Deep information. Wow, it's so deep. God, it's so deep. Hold on, we're gonna have to do part 2.